Yes, because some teachers here doubt the essence of this whole class. So we prove to them that we actually deserve this.
If you're not getting the right results in terms of human, you actually can't get what you are looking for.
Yes, and if you are here, it's assumed that you are extraordinary. And per the books here, this is what you should be learning till you complete school. Initially write an exams and pick a maximum of, for our time they pick 30, and then through contest it was screened down to 12. But for the second years, they had the same exams and they were, I think 45 were selected, and they were screened down to 25 were selected, and they were screened down to 12. And currently two Form 1s have been selected and 47 have been selected, and very soon to be screened down to 12.
So today is 22nd of July 2023, and it happens to be the 70th anniversary of St. John's School. It's a Deba, and so all the old students came around. Other stakeholders are here, the student body here, and we're all having a good time. There's one important thing which bothers me as well. Since I came around, I said I should probably take advantage and then have interaction with our students who are engaged in the National Math and Science Quiz. Everyone knows that the National Math and Science Quiz is the pride of every school, especially when you have a science department. Everyone would want to participate and then do well, not just to participate. Over time, we have seen St. John's performance at the National Math and Science Quiz. For me personally, I am not impressed. In 2019, we went to the quarterfinals, but I believe that we can still do better. So I am trying to get a better understanding of what is happening, what we can do, what we haven't done, and then how we can all put ourselves together to improve our performance in the National Math and Science Quiz. So when I came around, I saw this facility, the St. John's Center for Advanced Math and Science Studies. I went in, I interacted with some of the students, and then I get the understanding that this has been set up to help our students do better in the National Math and Science Quiz. So we're going to go in there once again, and then probably I'll get some of the students who are into the National Math and Science Quiz. Now, I am doing this so that the old students who sit back, watch TV when the competition is going on, if probably there's something that we don't understand, the students have peculiar challenge that we don't know, probably this will give us opportunity to understand the challenges the students are facing, and then we can know what we can do to help support our students. So we're getting in. First of all, I'm happy that we have a facility that has been dedicated to students who are into the National Math and Science Quiz. When I was on campus, we didn't have this. So I think it's a step in the right direction, and then kudos to the school administration. But we feel more has to be done because we want to do better, right? Okay, so let's go in and then see if we can find a student who is part of the team, a student who has been part of the team, and then we can interact with him, and then if there is a challenge which all of us can find a solution to it, we can do that.
I think the training can also be better to enhance, because they have to go through drills, proper selection process. Because I remember some years back, we were just teaching the students by their exam scores, their performance in class, and this is quite different from what you do in class, because in exam you have ample time for yourself to answer the questions at your own will. But here you have 30 seconds for calculation questions at most. So it should be like we have this kind of people. The selection should be geared towards what NMSQ requires. Yes, so that's it. And then for that you could get someone who is very good, but then the willingness of the person. So what you check that it should be an open something. It should be open to all students. If you're interested in writing exam for the NMSQ team, come on board. So if 100 students are coming, you write a test for the first one to cut the number down. So we get like 50 of them. And if maybe the person could be intelligent but not willing to, the person doesn't have the passion to do it, we had many students. They were better students than us during our time, but then they still didn't get where we got to in terms of the quiz. But in class, when it comes to exams, they were better than us. It's the willingness, the passion, the skill set of the person. So taking a person through all this process, the willingness, and then how the person really want to partake in the quiz. So if you're able to do this proper selection process, you cut out the number with contest, and eventually you actually get a team that you want, maybe 10, 8 or something.
Now, you were part of the recent quiz where GSTS knocked you.
Yes, please.
You people, why? Why should GSTS knock us? Why? What happened? I've been told that during the trial competition, you guys knocked them and then blah, blah, blah. What happened? What's the challenge?
One thing I've learned about NMSQ is that on the outside, you think the competition is meant to test your intelligence, your IQ, your intellectual quotient. But once you sit down and once the contest starts, it also tests how well you can manage your emotions. Because after, say, you get a question wrong and your opponent picks it as a bonus, there are certain emotions that run through. After the crowd of your opponents scream, there are certain emotions that run through. So how you're able to manage it, it's not just testing the intelligence.
I see. So you feel that at a point in time you were unable to manage your emotions?
We weren't emotionally intelligent.
Did you sometimes feel that the way other students are being taught in other schools, it's probably different from how you guys are being prepared when you speak to some of your colleagues in other schools? Are they per the methodology any difference? That
was what we thought initially, but upon questions, interrogations, we found out that they go beyond their syllabus, and thanks to the old things too, we also have those books, so we can also do that. We also go beyond the syllabus, we learn. So basically we do the same thing that they do.
Do you get intimidated sometimes by some of the schools?
For this region, no school has intimidated us.
Okay.
Yes, but when we do trials with these schools in Accra, yes, sometimes we get intimidated, and also Cape Coast schools we get intimidated. But this year we had trial contests with them. And
with which schools?
Adesadel, Presec, Mfantipim, Holy Child, also had with University Practice and others.
And what was the outcome? What was the performance of St. John's?
We performed well.
I don't need well. What was the performance?
Okay. Initially, we went for trial contest at Infantiman. We met Presec and Adisco in a contest, and we were second. When we were also invited 1 month later, invited to Adesadel. We had contests with University Practice, Kumasi Academy, Prior Soul, University Practice, Infantiman. We beat all of them.
Are you sure they brought their best?
Yes, they brought their best.
If you've been able to beat these schools, then the Western Region schools shouldn't be a big deal for you.
Yes.
Okay, so you have said a lot, but with all these being put in place, with all that our brother, who is currently part of the team, has shared with us, what else do you need, or what else do you think they will need in order to perform? He's saying that they need some of you guys who have been in the contest to come back and share your experience with them. That's one of the things he is demanding. What do you say to that? And then what other thing would you advise to be added on?
I think what you said about we coming back to share our experiences is very key, and our side with him. But then, what I'd also like to be done for them is that you see, this is just like a football, you all train, but then on the pitch there's always, we have 11 players on the pitch for each team, but there's always a 12-man. That's the fans. If you go to Accra and Presec is having a contest in the University of Ghana, if they get the question right, you could hear blue, and in the auditorium what you see is only blue, and if you're an opponent you can easily get confused. So if they're getting the people rallying behind them, I think that could also be key for them, because if they're meeting those schools in let's say Presec in Accra like this, and if they are very good, if it gets to around like the speed race, they could answer questions, but then the intimidation from the supporters of the other schools could bring them down. I think we should try and get the students on board and the old students on board to support them wherever they're going. And since you said for this team, they are very good, and I think if we get that, we will actually see something better coming from them.
So this basically gives us a perfect understanding of what is happening to the National Math and Science Quiz team here at the St. John's School. This is from the perspective of a student who is currently in the team, and then from that of a past student who has also been with a team for some time. Well, we'll end it here. The next aspect of our conversation should be with the school administration, the headmaster, and then some of the teachers who take them through the course. And then we see if there is also a challenge with the student in terms of the academia, how serious they are taking the academic life and all that. We will try to find out and then know that aspect to find out how best we can elevate the science and maths quiz group in the St. John's School so that you guys can do better and give us a better result. Now, I feel that St. John's School has the facility, everything we have. We just want to do better. When all saints are sitting behind their screens watching the National Math and Science Quiz, every St. John's student, every old saint would want to see St. John's do better. And then I think that at this part of our journey, beautiful basketball courts, music pavilion, beautiful park, beautiful stadium, beautiful dormitory, all the beautiful facilities. I think that the focus, our academic life is equally important, but we have to equally make sure that our National Math and Science Quiz is doing well. We want to see our team do better. And so this goes out to the school that the All Saints are saying we want our students to do better. So they should pay more attention to our National Math and Science Quiz team.
Mami Sankta Madida Deo Daddy. Hi guys, my name is Adina Thembi and I want you to subscribe to Kwame Ofe Exclusive on YouTube. Stay tuned.
All right.